Greetings, everybody. This is Father Mike Minute, day 36. One of the most kind of beautiful things about a Catholic Church is the votive candles that are there. And Anne Lamott, she says, and she's a beautiful poetic writer. She says, "I loved every second being at that Catholic church. I loved the sickly, sweet, rotting pomegranate smells of the incense. I loved the overwrought altar, the bird bath of holy water, the votive candles. I loved that there was a poor box, the Stations of the Cross rendered in stained glass on the windows." And it's just, one thing that happens when we go to a church is just like sensory overload. And we're overwhelmed by all of the different senses, the smell, taste, see, everything. And we can hear the beautiful, even like a votive candle makes a little crackling sound sometimes. And so the votive candles are just a piece of a much larger experience, but they're an important one. And they're a sign, of course, of the church being at prayer. Jesus says in the scriptures that he says, pray without ceasing. And people say, well, how can I do that? It's because we belong to a larger body. We belong to the body of Christ. And the body of Christ is always at prayer. We call the body of Christ the church. And it's his living, breathing body that we are members of by virtue of our baptism and by virtue of our life of grace. And so we're always at prayer because we are the church. And the church is always praying. There are always votive candles being lit. There are always candles flickering in the wee hours of the night and the early morning. It's the most wonderful, reassuring thing to see a votive candle lit. It is a sign of the prayer, the intentions of that person that have been subsumed into the larger body, into the very soul of the church. There is a lovely prayer that you can pray as you light a candle. Maybe we can have it typed out somehow in this flock note. It goes like this. O truly blessed night, worthy alone to know the time and hour when Christ rose from the underworld. This is the night of which it is written, the night shall be as bright as day, dazzling as the night for me, and full of gladness. The sanctifying power of this night dispels wickedness, washes faults away, restores innocence to the fallen, and joy to mourners, drives out hatred, fosters concord, and brings down the mighty. On this your night of grace, O Holy Father, accept this candle, a solemn offering, the work of bees and of your servants' hands, an evening sacrifice of praise, this gift from your most holy church. This prayer is in this Essential Catholic Prayers book, and it's actually an excerpt right out of the Exultet that is prayed at the Easter Vigil by, it's a beautiful chant asking God's blessing upon the Paschal candle. And it's saying we could do well to pray this blessing here, this excerpt of that much larger prayer for the votive candles that we light. It is a good pious tradition to light votive candles, so let us keep that tradition alive. God bless you.